Prepare to have your perceptions shattered. What if I told you that a staggering 97% of men are making the same fundamental blunders when it comes to understanding older women? Forget the outdated cliches and superficial advice. The truth about what truly moves them, psychologically, emotionally, and even biologically, is far more profound. This isn't just about dating. It's about unlocking a deeper connection, revealing insights that will forever change how you view relationships. Get ready to discover 12 psychological facts that no one else dares to share. Insights gleaned from real-world experiences and scientific understanding. 1. Women fall in love because of scent. Here's a mind-blowing truth that will genuinely surprise. Most men, women, especially older women, often fall in love because of a man's smell. And no, we're not talking about dousing yourself in the latest expensive cologne. This is about something far more primal, the natural scent your body gives off. There's a deep biological connection at play here. Research consistently shows that women's brains are intricately wired to pick up on a man's natural scent. This subconscious detection can trigger profound feelings of attraction, or, conversely, even repulsion. Consider a compelling study from Rio de Janeiro University, which found that if a woman genuinely enjoys a man's natural scent, her affection for him skyrockets by a remarkable 85.5%. Yes, you read that correctly, to 85.5%. This isn't a minor preference. It's a significant biological trigger. So how do you harness this powerful, often overlooked tool? It's simpler than you might think. Start by understanding what fragrances truly complement your unique natural body chemistry. The goal isn't to mask your scent, but to enhance what's already there. A practical tip is to stop over-applying body sprays and colognes. Drowning yourself in an artificial aroma is counterproductive. Instead, opt for something subtle yet effective, a scent that harmonizes with your natural pheromones. Many men remain completely oblivious to the fact that scent operates as a potent subconscious trigger for women. You could be delivering the most eloquently crafted words, making all the right moves, but if her primal instincts aren't aligned with your natural scent, you're effectively out of the running before you've even truly started. This isn't about the price tag of your cologne. It's about raw, undeniable chemistry. Your scent communicates directly with her deepest instincts, conveying information that no words, however charming, can ever convey. So the next time you're selecting a fragrance, pause and consider how it will interact with your unique body's chemistry. And when you're around her, pay close attention to her subtle reactions when you get physically close. Does she lean in? Does she linger longer than usual? Does she subtly inhale when you're nearby? These are clear, unmistakable signals that you've captured her attention through one of the most powerful, yet severely underrated, tools in your arsenal. It's a silent, profound language of attraction that bypasses logic and speaks directly to the heart. 2. Women prefer men who have their own way. Forget everything you've been told about needing to be the stereotypical alpha male who dominates every conversation and controls every situation. That notion, for older women especially, is largely nonsense. The profound truth is, older women are decidedly unimpressed by loud, overtly overconfident men who constantly try to assert control over everything. What they are genuinely seeking is a man who is deeply confident in his own skin, a man who possesses a clear sense of direction and his own unique way of navigating the world, but who is also not afraid to show genuine vulnerability when it truly matters. The men who consistently succeed in building meaningful connections with older women are the ones who are profoundly authentic. They are strong, undoubtedly, but they also possess the humility and self-awareness to admit when they don't have all the answers. Older women have long passed the stage where they desire some macho man who is perpetually trying to prove something. What they yearn for is someone real, a partner who is grounded and genuine. True confidence in their eyes isn't about puffing out your chest or acting as if you've got everything meticulously figured out. It's about being truly comfortable in your own being, recognizing and valuing your own worth, and possessing the courage to reveal your softer, more human side when the situation calls for it. Older women have simply moved beyond the superficiality of men who attempt to project an image of having no weaknesses. They are deeply attracted to men who embody confidence with a quiet strength, men who can be resolute without being overbearing, and tender without being weak. Let's break this down further. Have you ever observed how men who appear quiet, reserved, and self-possessed often garner significantly more attention from women than the loud, in-your-face, attention-seeking types? This phenomenon occurs precisely because women are profoundly drawn to men who are comfortable enough in themselves to allow their actions, rather than their words, to do the talking. These men don't need to shout to be heard. Their very presence communicates their strength and conviction. Their self-assuredness speaks volumes. If you are a man who knows where he is going in life and is unafraid to express vulnerability, you are already miles ahead of most of the competition. So what's the actionable step here? The next time you find yourself conversing with an older woman, consciously cease trying to impress her. Instead, genuinely listen. Ask her real, open-ended questions and cultivate a deep, authentic interest in what she has to say. Respect her inherent independence, but simultaneously show her that you have your own life firmly together. Remember, confidence devoid of arrogance is the absolute key. And here's the kicker. The men who master this approach stand out profoundly, almost shining amidst the crowd, because nearly every other guy is still stuck in the outdated playbook, desperately trying to play the tough guy role. 3. Women often feel something but may not express it. This is where a vast majority of men completely miss the mark, often to their detriment. Women, particularly older women, are absolute masters at concealing their true feelings. They have accumulated enough life experience and wisdom to understand that wearing their heart entirely on their sleeve isn't always the most prudent or effective strategy. But do not misinterpret this. Just because she isn't explicitly articulating something, it absolutely does not mean she isn't feeling it deeply. In fact, compelling research indicates that a significant 68% of women have openly admitted to intentionally hiding their romantic interest, precisely to observe if the man possesses the perceptiveness to pick up on it. Do you want to understand the underlying reason for this? It's because women, in essence, are testing you. They are keen to see if you possess the intuition and emotional intelligence to read between the lines. And if you consistently fail to do so, you're simply out of the running. Older women are even more refined and subtle in this regard because over decades of experience, they have learned that men don't always respond favorably to being directly told what is on a woman's mind. So rather than straightforward declarations, they offer clues, subtle, quiet, and predominantly nonverbal signals that you must be sharp enough to detect. They are evaluating whether you can navigate and appreciate the unspoken connection that often forms the bedrock of deeper intimacy. They are not going to lay out their intentions for you like a meticulously detailed road map. If you genuinely aspire to succeed in connecting with an older woman, you absolutely must begin paying meticulous attention to the myriad of subtle signs she is consistently giving you. Is she leaning in slightly when you speak? Is she laughing at your jokes with just a little too much genuine amusement? Is she unconsciously touching her hair or maintain eye contact for longer than typically necessary? These are emphatically not coincidences, my friend. These are highly intentional signals that most men unfortunately miss entirely. If you possess the astute ability to pick up on these delicate cues and then act upon them without being overly direct or forceful, which can be off-putting, she will instinctively know that you are deeply tuned into her wavelength. The vast majority of men are oblivious, lost in their own thoughts or expectations. But if you are the rare man who truly notices these nuances, you are already standing head and shoulders above the rest. Begin consciously observing her body language. You will discern insights that most men will never perceive. And once you do, you can respond accordingly, fostering a connection built on true understanding. 4. Women are attracted to pre-selected men. This particular psychological fact is truly mind-blowing and profoundly counterintuitive for many men. Women, and especially older women, are biologically wired to be attracted to men who are already desired or valued by other women. This phenomenon is commonly known as pre-selection. When a woman observes that other women are already drawn to you or have shown interest in you, her own interest in you automatically experiences a significant spike. Why does this happen? Because in a sense you've been pre-approved by the pack. You have already implicitly proven your value and desirability without needing to utter a single word or exert any overt effort to impress. Consider this common observation. Have you ever noticed how a man who consistently seems to have women around him, whether as friends, acquaintances, or romantic interests, rarely struggles to secure dates? It's often not because he is inherently better looking or wealthier than you. It is because he is unconsciously, or perhaps consciously, leveraging the power of pre-selection to his advantage. Women observe other women being drawn to him, and this immediately ignites their curiosity, making them want to understand what all the fuss is about. The intriguing aspect is that older women are even more acutely attuned to this dynamic. They have navigated enough relationships and life situations to instinctively know that if other women are genuinely attracted to you, it signifies that you are bringing something truly valuable and desirable to the table. And this appeal isn't solely about physical appearance. It's profoundly about how you carry yourself, the energy you exude, and how other women naturally respond to that energy. Pre-selection, at its core, is about subtly demonstrating that you possess qualities or characteristics that others clearly want or appreciate. So, how can you strategically utilize this powerful psychological principle to your advantage in a genuine, non-manipulative way? The answer is straightforward. Begin by spending more time with your female friends, not with any ulterior, manipulative motive, but simply as an authentic part of your broader social circle. Go to social events with them and make sure you are seen in their company. When other women observe that you are already sought after and in demand, their interest in you will naturally and organically increase. Why? Because you have already effortlessly passed what is often the very first and most critical test. Other women clearly like you. This subtle inherent validation is far more potent and effective than any pickup line or overt attempt to impress that you could ever conjure. The next time you find yourself at a social gathering, consciously observe how women respond to you differently when you are surrounded by other women. It's almost as if a switch is flipped. You instantly become more desirable simply because other women have already, perhaps unconsciously, validated your inherent worth and appeal. 5. Teasing is a sign of interest. Here's a common misconception. Where most men fundamentally misunderstand female psychology, often leading to missed opportunities. When a woman playfully teases you, the immediate reaction for many guys is to assume they've been relegated to the dreaded friend zone, or, worse, outright rejected. However, what if I told you that teasing is in fact one of the most significant and clearest indicators of genuine attraction? Older women, in particular, frequently employ teasing as a sophisticated method to build an emotional connection and, crucially, to test your sense of humor and your ability to engage in witty banter. When she calls you out for being a troublemaker or bestows upon you a playful, slightly cheeky nickname, she is not dismissing you. She is actively assessing whether you can handle her unique energy and keep up with her intellectually. The absolute worst thing you can do in such a situation is to take her teasing seriously. become offended, or retreat into a defensive posture. Instead, the optimal response is to playfully tease her right back. Throw a witty, light-hearted comment her way and demonstrate unequivocally that you can not only handle her banter, but also contribute to it. This dynamic exchange is a critical way older women gauge your emotional intelligence. They use teasing as a filter to see if you possess the quick wit and sharp mind to keep up with their intellectual pace, and if you can give as good as you get in a light-hearted, engaging way. This is, in essence, a confidence test. If you can tease back playfully without descending into rudeness or becoming defensive, you are unequivocally showing her that you are comfortable and secure in who you are, and that you enjoy the playful dynamic. So, what's the perfectly calibrated response? The next time she playfully remarks something like, "You're such a troublemaker," don't hesitate. Flash a genuine smile, look her directly in the eyes, and respond with a confident, knowing smirk. "Only because I know how to get under your skin." This clever retort immediately signals that you are fully engaged in the playful interaction, that you understand the unspoken game, and that you are not taking yourself too seriously. She will absolutely love this response. Why? Because it demonstrates your quick wit, your comfort in the dynamic, and your ability to keep up with her. And women, especially older women who appreciate intellectual stimulation and a playful spirit, adore a man who can consistently keep them on their toes. It adds an exciting, dynamic edge to the interaction that goes far beyond superficial compliments. 6. Understanding unspoken language. This psychological fact is monumental, and it's precisely where an overwhelming number of men fail to connect on a deeper level. Women do not solely communicate through spoken words. In fact, a vast majority of their feelings, intentions, and desires are expressed through their body language, a nuanced, often silent, but incredibly powerful form of communication. Older women are seasoned professionals at this, having accumulated years, if not decades, of experience both reading and expertly transmitting these subtle signals. If you, as a man, cannot consistently pick up on these critical nonverbal cues, you are quite simply at a significant disadvantage in any interaction or relationship. Here's the essential deal. If she is consistently leaning towards you during a conversation, making frequent and sustained eye contact, or gently touching you on the arm, she is unequivocally telling you, through her actions, that she is interested and engaged. Conversely, if her arms are crossed, her gaze is consistently averted, or she is frequently checking her phone, she is sending a clear, unmistakable signal for you to create distance and back off. It truly is as straightforward as that. Women convey an immense amount of information through their body language, and it's a profound shame that most men remain completely oblivious to this rich, nonverbal dialogue. Older women, in particular, are even more adept at subtlety because they've learned over time that being too direct or revealing too much too soon can often scare a guy away. Consequently, they rely heavily on these nuanced nonverbal cues. The delicate way she might touch her hair when you are speaking, the subtle lean of her body towards yours, the extended eye contact she holds, these are all potent signs that she is genuinely into you. But you must be acutely tuned in, observant enough to notice them. The majority of men unfortunately miss these crucial clues because they are overly fixated on what is being explicitly said. Don't fall into that trap. Don't be that guy. Make a conscious effort to start paying meticulous attention to the unspoken communication that is constantly unfolding right in front of you. Once you cultivate the skill to accurately read a woman's body language, you will unlock a deeper understanding of her feelings without her ever having to utter a single word. It's like gaining access to a secret language, allowing you to connect on a much more profound and intuitive level, fostering a sense of unspoken understanding that is deeply appealing. 7. Appearance matters. During intimate moments, here's a profound psychological truth that many men surprisingly don't realize, and it holds particular weight for older women. Women, especially as they mature, are incredibly conscious of how they appear during intimate moments. They care deeply about how you perceive them, even when they outwardly project an image of confidence. This isn't vanity. It's a deep-seated desire to feel desired, attractive, and seen for their beauty in those vulnerable moments. Women already place a significant amount of pressure on themselves to look their best in everyday social situations. But when it comes to intimate encounters, that internal pressure becomes even more elevated. They deeply desire to feel desired, but they also want the reassurance that you are noticing and appreciating the subtle, unique details about them. Here's a golden rule, a powerful way to significantly boost your confidence and deepen your connection. Offer genuine, specific compliments during those intimate moments. Don't simply utter a generic, "You look good." Instead, be thoughtful and precise. Tell her how much you adore the way she looks in that particular moment. Compliment the unique way she smiles, the way her eyes uniquely light up, or how truly beautiful she appears without any makeup. These seemingly small, yet incredibly thoughtful and specific compliments will not only dramatically boost her confidence but will also forge an even deeper emotional and physical connection with you that's about demonstrating that you are truly present and observant, that you are not just physically there but also emotionally invested in seeing and appreciating her. This level of specific attention communicates a profound sense of care and adoration. It shows her that you notice her unique beauty and appreciate her vulnerability, making her feel cherished and seen in a way that transcends the purely physical. It transforms the intimate experience into one of genuine connection and profound validation, leaving a lasting positive impact on her self-perception and your shared bond. 8. Emotional connection leads to more sensations. Here's an undeniable truth that countless men often misunderstand about women, and it's especially pertinent for older women. They are not primarily driven by physical impulses in the same way men often are. For women, the path to deeper physical intimacy is profoundly rooted in emotional connection. If you can successfully connect with her on a profound emotional level, the physical aspect of the relationship will not only follow naturally, but will also be significantly more fulfilling and intense. Conversely, if you attempt to bypass or rush past the crucial stage of building emotional connection, you should not expect the physical intimacy to be anywhere near as gratifying or meaningful for her. Older women, in particular, place an exceptionally high value on emotional depth. They have, by this stage in their lives, likely experienced enough superficial or surface-level relationships to understand intuitively that genuine, lasting attraction emanates from far more than just physical appearance or fleeting physical chemistry. What they deeply crave is authentic emotional intimacy, the kind of connection where they feel truly understood, deeply seen, and unequivocally valued for who they are as complete individuals, extending far beyond their physical attributes. This is precisely where you, as a man, can truly distinguish yourself. Most men, unfortunately, rush things, operating under the mistaken assumption that physical proximity will automatically lead to a strong, unbreakable bond. However, the profound reality is that if you prioritize and diligently build the emotional connection first, the subsequent physical connection will become exponentially more intense, meaningful, and deeply satisfying for both of you. Dedicate genuine time to actively listening to her, striving to truly understand her perspectives, and deeply appreciating her accumulated experiences and unique points of view. Once she feels that profound emotional bond with you, she will naturally begin to open up in ways you may never have thought possible. Don't shy away from asking questions that delve deeper into her inner world. Instead of mundane inquiries about her favorite color or preferred dining spots, ask her about her deepest dreams, her underlying fears, and her most formative past experiences. By doing so, you demonstrate unequivocally that you are genuinely interested in her mind and her heart, not merely her physical form. This profound emotional connection serves as the vital gateway to forging an unforgettable and deeply resonant bond that transcends the superficial. 9. Women love their friends more than their partners sometimes. Now, this particular psychological truth might come as a genuine shock to many, but it is unequivocally accurate. Sometimes, women feel an even stronger emotional bond with their female friends than they do with their romantic partners. This phenomenon is especially prevalent among older women. Why? Because female friendships consistently provide a unique and invaluable level of emotional support, understanding, and profound validation that romantic relationships, for all their beauty, don't always consistently offer. For older women, their friendships are far more than mere social circles. These enduring friendships are a fundamental lifeline. They are meticulously built upon years of shared experiences, unwavering trust, and a deep reservoir of consistent emotional support. Women often share their deepest, most intimate secrets, their most profound fears, and their subtle insecurities with their trusted female friends in a way that they might not always feel comfortable doing with their romantic partners. This, however, is not inherently a detrimental aspect of the relationship dynamic. In fact, if you approach it with the right understanding, it can actually work significantly in your favor. Actively encourage her to spend quality time with her friends. Support her friendships unequivocally, and she will, in turn, respect you profoundly more for it. When a woman genuinely feels that her man understands and wholeheartedly supports her vital social life, she becomes naturally more comfortable, more open, and more deeply connected with him. Do not, under any circumstances, fall into the trap of becoming the guy who gets easily jealous or feels overtly threatened by her close female friends. Instead, strive to be the man who truly gets it, the man who instinctively knows that her strong friendships only serve to make her a more robust, more well-rounded, and ultimately, a more fulfilling partner in the long run. So the next time she is enjoying an evening out with her friends, resist the urge to incessantly text her, demanding to know when she's coming home. Instead, grant her the space she needs. Allow her to fully immerse herself and genuinely enjoy her time. When she eventually returns, she will appreciate you even more profoundly for respecting her autonomy, her independence, and her innate judgment. This demonstrates a level of maturity and trust that will only deepen your bond, showing her that you value her holistic well-being and the vital connections in her life beyond just your relationship. 10. Some women accept dates for free food. This particular psychological fact might be a difficult pill for some men to swallow, but it is an uncomfortable truth. A notable 38% of women have openly admitted to accepting dates purely for the free meal. This means there's a significant chance that some of the women you've taken out were not actually there for you, for your company, or for a genuine connection. They were, quite simply, there for the food. But don't take this revelation personally. It's a strategic game some women, especially those who sense a man might be trying a little too hard to impress, unfortunately play. Now, I know what you're likely thinking. How on earth do I avoid being the guy who's only footing the bill without getting any real connection? The answer is remarkably simple, and it hinges on the quality of your interaction. Ensure the conversation consistently delves beyond superficial small talk. If the only topics dominating your discussion are the food, the restaurant's ambience, or other trivialities, you are inadvertently setting yourself up to be precisely the guy who ends up covering the tab without fostering any genuine rapport. Conversely, if you make a conscious effort to dive deeper, engaging in meaningful discussions and connecting on a more personal, profound level, you will quickly be able to discern whether she is genuinely interested in you as a person or merely enjoying a complimentary night out. Do not make the crucial mistake of assuming that simply because she accepted your invitation for a date, she is automatically, or even superficially, interested in you. Instead, astutely gauge her interest based on the depth and substance of the conversation. Observe the energy she actively brings to the table and how genuinely engaged she appears in getting to know you. Is she asking you thoughtful questions? Is she sharing personal stories and insights about herself? Is she genuinely laughing at your jokes, or are her reactions perfunctory? If she's only offering terse, short answers and barely maintaining eye contact, chances are regrettably high that she's primarily there for the meal. However, if she is an active participant, asking you questions in return, sharing her own experiences, and genuinely laughing at your attempts at humor, you've almost certainly captured her authentic attention. A powerful piece of advice: before you even ask a woman out, make sure you've already established some form of connection that transcends the purely superficial. Don't simply choose a lavish, fancy restaurant solely to impress her. Instead, select an activity or a setting where you can genuinely get to know each other, fostering a more authentic interaction. This way, you'll swiftly ascertain if she's truly there for you, and not just for a free dinner. 11. When women are upset, they want you to approach them. Here's a profound insight that many men consistently fail to realize, often leading to increased frustration and misunderstanding in relationships. When a woman is upset, frustrated, or emotionally distressed, she doesn't always want to be left alone. In fact, in many instances, what she genuinely desires is for you to actively approach her, to unequivocally show her that you care enough to ask what's wrong. This is especially true for older women who have accumulated enough life experiences with men who either completely ignore them when they're upset or, worse, make the entire situation about themselves. When an older woman is upset, her primary need is often not for immediate solutions or unsolicited advice, but for genuine, heartfelt empathy. She craves to feel like you are truly in tune with her emotions and that you comprehend the pain or frustration she is experiencing. It's not about fixing the problem. It's profoundly about demonstrating that you are emotionally present, fully engaged, and willing to simply listen without judgment or interruption. A common and significant mistake many men make is operating under the misconception that women want space when they're upset. However, the truth is, when a woman is grappling with something emotionally challenging, she frequently desires her partner to step in, gently inquire about her feelings, and offer unwavering support. This is particularly crucial for older women who, through life's trials, have come to deeply value emotional connection and maturity in their relationships above all else. So, the next time she appears visibly upset, do not wait for her to initiate contact or come to you. Take the initiative. Approach her gently with a calm and open demeanor, and simply ask what's on her mind. Then, and this is critical, let her talk. Do not interrupt her. Do not immediately attempt to fix the problem or offer your well-intentioned, but often unhelpful, advice right away. Just be there. Acknowledge her feelings, validate her emotional experience, and let her know, with your presence and your words, that you are there to support her through whatever she is navigating. This profound kind of emotional support will not only deepen your bond immeasurably, but will also powerfully demonstrate to her that you are precisely the kind of man she can genuinely rely on, a man who understands that sometimes simply being present and empathetic is the most powerful solution of all. 12. Women navigate a complex landscape of physical and emotional transitions that demand empathy and comprehensive understanding. Older women, particularly as they enter and move through middle age, roughly defined as 45 to 65 years old, embark on a profound journey marked by significant and multifaceted changes. This isn't merely a period of aging. It's a dynamic phase of physical, psychological, and social transitions that profoundly impact their well-being and their approach to relationships. Understanding this complex landscape is perhaps the most crucial psychological fact a man can grasp. Physically, this era is dominated by menopause, a physiological storm characterized by a sharp decline in estrogen. This hormonal shift brings a cascade of physical symptoms, including hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, and the cessation of menstrual cycles. Beyond these, the body experiences broader changes. Bone density weakens, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Cardiovascular functions may decline, with increased susceptibility to conditions like atherosclerosis and high blood pressure. Vision and hearing can diminish, and overall physical strength may decrease by 10 to 20% compared to earlier decades. Chronic conditions such as arthritis, diabetes, and various respiratory or digestive issues also become more prevalent, underscoring the need for proactive health management through balanced nutrition, regular moderate exercise, and consistent health checkups. These physical transformations are not just isolated symptoms. They can deeply affect a woman's self-perception, comfort, and even sexual desire, often making her feel out of sync with her own body. Psychologically, older women often report a newfound confidence and self-awareness. Having navigated half a lifetime of challenges and societal expectations, they are less bound by external pressures and more attuned to their authentic desires. They approach difficulties with greater calm and express their true feelings with less hesitation. This maturity often translates into a profound desire for deeper emotional connection, understanding, and genuine appreciation in their relationships, prioritizing these over superficial qualities like economic stability or physical appearance. However, this period of transition can also introduce significant emotional vulnerabilities. Hormonal fluctuations can heighten emotional sensitivity, leading to increased instances of anxiety, sadness, irritability, and a higher risk of depression. Studies in various populations, including Vietnam, show a notable prevalence of depressive symptoms in perimenopausal and postmenopausal women, often linked to declining estrogen levels. Furthermore, insomnia is a highly common complaint, with research indicating that over 60% of women aged 50 to 55 experience sleep disturbances, which are strongly correlated with psychological stress and menopausal status. The struggle to fall asleep or waking too early can significantly impact their overall quality of life and increase the risk of other health issues, socially and relationally. Older women often find themselves re-evaluating their connections. While they may bravely step back into the dating world, they might feel overwhelmed by the rapid digital evolution of modern dating, experiencing a sense of being left behind. However, their life experiences empower them to set clearer personal boundaries and advocate for their needs in relationships, whether in terms of time, personal space, or commitment. Female friendships become an even more vital lifeline, offering unparalleled emotional support, trust, and validation that partners may not always provide. This isn't a competition. It's a complementary aspect of their emotional ecosystem. Despite this, studies on the quality of life for menopausal women can sometimes show lower satisfaction in social relationship domains, highlighting that while these connections are crucial, they may still face challenges in feeling fully understood or integrated. Ultimately, navigating this complex interplay of physical changes, heightened emotional needs, and evolving social dynamics requires a partner who is exceptionally patient, observant, and genuinely invested in her holistic well-being. It's not enough to merely acknowledge symptoms. True connection comes from understanding the profound journey she is on, supporting her self-discovery, encouraging her passions, and offering consistent, empathetic presence without immediately trying to fix her challenges are paramount. The inspiring stories of successful older women highlight resilience, self-acceptance, optimism, and prioritizing fundamental well-being. Through sleep, healthy nutrition, and continuous self-improvement. For men, this translates into an invitation to engage with depth, appreciate the wisdom of experience, and understand that an older woman's charm and allure are deeply rooted in the richness of her entire life's journey, making her unique and profoundly captivating. There you have it, to 12 profound psychological truths about older women that most men completely miss. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are practical insights that, when understood and applied, will revolutionize your interactions and relationships. Older women are not a mystery to be solved, but a rich landscape of experience to be understood and appreciated. By focusing on genuine connection, empathy, and an awareness of their unique journey, you can move beyond common mistakes and build truly meaningful bonds. Embrace these facts and prepare to see relationships and older women in an entirely new, deeply fulfilling light. It's time to stop guessing and start truly connecting.